Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today we'll start a new topic called as method of resolution. So method of resolution is used to divide the force into two components. First component is called as a horizontal component. We'll denote this horizontal component with Fx. So always remember Fx means horizontal component of the force, and a second component is vertical component. Fy is the vertical component of the force. So method of resolution is a process of dividing the given force into horizontal component and the vertical component. Now what is the need to find the resolution? The answer is resultant. So it is one of the method to find the resultant of the force system. A block is shown over here. If the forces are acting on this block, say first one F1 is acting on the block, second force is F2 and the third force is F3. So three forces forms a force system. Now because of these three forces, it will have some effect on this block. The block will slide towards its right side by 2 meter. So because of these forces, there is a displacement of this block by 2 meter. So if I want to find the resultant of F1, F2, F3, it is not just the summation, it should have the same effect like the F1, F2 and F3. So if you replace F1, F2 and F3, then we can find a resultant which will have the same effect. Same effect means it will have the displacement of this object by 2 meter. Then we can say that it is a resultant of F1, F2 and F3. So by definition we can say that resultant is a single force which replaces the remaining forces and have the same effect like the previous force system. So in this way, in a simple word, we can have the definition of resultant. Now we'll see how to apply method of resolution. So for that you should identify the nature of force. Identify this force is horizontal or vertical. You don't require a millisecond to identify it. It is a vertical force, right? So remember, for vertical force we will find out the values of Fx and Fy. If the force is vertical, then its Fx value will be equal to 0 and Fy value will be equal to magnitude of the force. Now identify this force. This is a horizontal force. So for horizontal force, the value of Fx should be equal to the magnitude of the force and Fy is equal to 0. So for vertical force, it has only vertical component and horizontal component is 0. For horizontal force, it has only horizontal component and its vertical component is 0. So by heart this table, it is not very difficult, it is very easy, and by logic you can say which value will be 0. Now we'll go to the tricky one. This is the xy coordinates, and instead of horizontal or vertical we have got an inclined force. Now for this inclined force of magnitude F, we will try to find its horizontal and vertical component. Now none of the component will be 0. We will get some value for Fx and Fy. The angle between the x-axis and the force is theta. Always try to find the angle with x-axis and the force. It is very important to find this angle. Don't find this angle, because 90% cases you will get this angle and we can easily solve the question. So we will draw one perpendicular from this point to the x-axis. Now it forms a triangle. Now this component of this triangle is known as Fx and this vertical component is known as Fy. So in this way we can find the value of Fx and Fy. In this way we can divide this force into two components, Fx and Fy. Now we'll plot this triangle here. Its hypotenuse is equal to magnitude of this force. Force is a vector quantity, so it has a direction as well as magnitude. So magnitude is represented by hypotenuse of this triangle. Then this is the Fx component, this is the Fy component, and this is the included angle theta. Now we'll try to find out Fx and Fy. For that we will use the sine relation and the cos relation. Sine theta is equal to opposite side upon hypotenuse. So I'll write the equation: sine theta is equal to opposite side Fy divided by hypotenuse F. So Fy can be calculated by multiplying F with the sine theta. So Fy is equal to F into sine theta. Now we'll use the cos relation. Cos theta is equal to adjacent side upon hypotenuse. So cos theta is equal to adjacent side is Fx, hypotenuse is F. So Fx can be easily calculated by Fx is equal to F cos theta. So we can plot it in the table format. Fx is equal to F cos theta, Fy is equal to F sin theta. So always remember this relation. So remember one thing, if you calculate the angle with the x-axis, then fx component will be force into cos theta and fy component will be f into sin theta. If you find the angle with the vertical alpha, then only change is fx is equal to, instead of cos here, sin, f sin theta sin alpha, and fy is equal to f cos alpha. That is the only difference that you should know. This is not a rocket science. You can easily remember the values of fx and fy and implement while solving the numerical. I hope you understand this lecture. If you like this video, please subscribe this channel. Thank you very much.